For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming. For the gang, we just gon' sweep up the streets and my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming.
All right, we are on. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? You know who it is. You know who it is. It's Wyatt Perp. You listen to the cleanup. And you just heard MaxthaDemon for the gang. That was our cleanup track. And yeah, man, I've actually been listening to MaxthaDemon a lot lately. He's an up and coming white hip hop artist from Brooklyn, New York. And he's dope, man. He's definitely going to be next up. I would look for him on No Jumper probably. I'd say in the next 6 months he'll probably be on there. That is if he wants to go on there. I bet Say Cheese and the Small Eyes guy will be getting to him probably in the next 3 or 4 months. Probably by the end of the year, I bet. But I bet come 2020 he'll be on No Jumper. But yeah, so what I've got going on lately, man, if you listen to the second episode, well, you probably have too much time on your hands. Because I posted that on archive.org, which is, some sort of audio hosting websites. And I don't really understand. I'm not even sure why I really posted it there. I should have posted it on YouTube. And I might still do that. But yeah, man, I just can't fucking figure out how to do this Apple Podcast shit, and I can't figure out how to host a podcast without it costing me money. Today, probably in the next few hours, I'm going to go over to the homeboy's house. The homie B Stokes Pit Boss Master. I'm going to go over to his house, and he's going to try to get me hooked up. He's either going to get me a website so I can host it off the website, or he's going to get me set up with a podcast. Whatever provider network thing. I don't fucking know. But that's the plan. So high hopes that this will be up on Apple Podcasts today, and the one that I'm doing actually, I'll probably do it today. I'll probably actually just do it right after this one. I'm going to do episode 4 after this one. And because there's a lot of music that's been coming out. And I just feel like I feel in a good mood. I woke up today talking to myself. I got a little bit of intercourse today, which was nice. So yeah, man. I woke up good today. Woke up feeling good, and so I want to do the back-to-back podcast. And speaking of podcasts, man, I don't know if I'm gonna keep calling this the cleanup. I think I kind of realized that that's a bit niche. Not saying that we don't need that, man. Us janitors are definitely underrepresented in the entertainment world. And, am I going to keep calling this the cleanup? I don't know, man. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe calling it, the Wyatt Perp Podcast, or, I was thinking about calling it something else. I don't know, man. I do kind of like the cleanup. The cleanup has a special place in my heart, so I might just keep going with that. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But anyway, no, I'll probably keep calling it the cleanup. Speaking of the cleanup, man, it's your by janitors, for janitors tip of the week. This week's tip is keep your barrel organized. Okay, what does that mean? If if you're in this commercial janitorial biz, I feel like it's a lot less common with residential cleaners, but commercial janitors always have a cart, and it's more than likely going to be a trash can with a yellow or black caddy on it, Rubbermaid caddy, and you want to keep that thing organized, man. First of all, your barrel itself, your trash can, your big Rubbermaid trash can, as I call them, thickies, which, that's a story for another day, but your big thicky trash can, right? You don't want anything inside of that except for your your big trash bag, your big trash bag that you throw out in the dumpster. That's the only thing you want inside of it. You don't want anything at the bottom of the barrel. That's it. And then on the sides of the handles where one would pick it up or whatever, you want your rags. You want your red rag for bathrooms, your other color rag for, whatever else you're dusting and wiping, and you want a spray bottle with whatever chemical you spray with. But that's all you want on the actual barrel, right? Are those rags, that spray bottle, and that one bag that you choose to put in the dumpster, right? Then on your caddy, on your yellow or black caddy, you're going to go ahead and, now this is going, let's do it reading, so going left to right, okay? You want your toilet bowl brush. You want it handle down inside of the like, there's a pocket there to hold, something skinny. So you want your toilet bowl cleaner there. Or excuse me, you want your toilet bowl brush there. Next, you want your acidic or non-acidic toilet bowl cleaner. It usually has some sort of, usually gelatinous and has some sort of, like a squirt nozzle. It doesn't have a sprayer. And you want that in the next pocket, obviously, by the toilet bowl brush. Next pocket, you want your glass cleaner and glass rag. Yes, glass rag, okay? If you're still using, paper towels to wipe glass, you got to go with the program, man. They make really good glass rags now, and honestly, you can just use a regular microfiber rag to do glass as well. If the key with doing glass, and all good janitors know this, is to really put some arm into it. You don't want to rely on the glass cleaner 100%. You want to do it about 50% glass cleaner, 50% arm action. Okay, that's what you got to be on. Okay, so you got the brush, you got the toilet bowl cleaner, you got the glass cleaner. Next is the small trash bags for all small trash bags, and then after that to the right, in that last pocket are the big trash bags. So the big trash bags you put in your barrel, or the ones that are usually kitchen trash and stuff like that. And then, they have that other skinny pocket if you need a feather duster. If you're one of those cleaners that uses a feather duster, put that one in there. But that's how you want your cart set up, okay, man? If you're building a stainless steel, then you can put your stainless steel cleaner and rag on one of the underneath pockets. And if you need, extra bags for your building, if you're cleaning a big building or something, then you want to put those underneath. But you want those 4 pockets to be lined up like that, brush, toilet bowl cleaner, glass, small bags, big bags. That's what you want. Okay. So that's what it is, man. That's your By Janitors for Janitors tip of the week. And speaking of week, here's what's been going on, man. Here's what's been going on my week. I hurt my knee. Okay. I hurt my knee running. I'm trying to think what that was. I don't even remember, but I hurt my knee. As y'all know, I have this half marathon coming up. And I hurt my knee. I'm still going to do the half marathon, but I'm not running right now, man. I just want to take it easy. I always overtrain, always, and it fucking sucks. So I've been chilling, man. I've just been chilling and staying off my knee. I do plan on getting back into it this Friday. So it is Wednesday right now. I do plan on getting back on the course, back on the trail this Friday. I have an 8-mile run. I'm pretty sure I have it all planned out and everything. But it's an 8-mile easy run. I plan on, aiming for 9-minute miles and just, finishing the 8-mile. No problem. So that's what I got going on, man. As far as the fitness thing goes, I've just been eating kind of whatever I want, I've been really, really hard on myself lately. So, I'm just kind of getting back in the swing of things. and I just wanna take it easy with my knee, because I spent $70 MFing dollars on this stupid half marathon, man, and I'll be damned if I'm not gonna run it. Okay, so I'm gonna run it, and I just know that. So this half marathon, let's see, it's the second right now. This half marathon is in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. So I know that every move I make from now to then is going to count. So I'm not going to do anything until Friday. I'm not, but when Friday comes, I'm going to go ahead and go hard, because I want to get under 2 hours. But stay tuned on that, because I don't know how it's going to go. But I do know how this is, how do I phrase this? Fall's here, baby. Fall's here, baby. Okay. You see those leaves out there? You see them changing? Are they starting to fall a little bit? Starting to fall on the ground? His dad getting the leaf blower out, and, he's blowing all the leaves all over the yard, and then, you're out there with him with the rake, and he blows the leaf blower on you a little bit, and have a little family time. Is that what's been going on? Well, fall's here, baby. Fall's here, and don't call it autumn. Don't you dare call it autumn in front of me, or I'll slap you. I will slap you. Yeah, man, fall's here, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the cooler weather. I'm a big summer fan too. I like all the seasons, really. But fall's one of my favorite. Do I care about football? No, not really. But I do like fall. I like sweaters and pullovers and hoodies. I like all that stuff. I like jeans and boots. I like that a lot. So, you can catch me. I was actually discussing this with my homeboy the other day. You can catch me on any given day with this fashion regiment, okay? If it's, I'd say, now winter weather, it kind of gets tricky because, if the sun's out, you're going to be a little hotter. But generally, right, if it's under, let's say like 60 degrees and under generally, I'm going to have long sleeve, jeans, and boots. That's what it's usually going to be. 60 to 65 and over. Well, actually, let's say 60 degrees. Let's say 65 degrees to 89 degrees. I will have a short sleeve shirt on, either a polo or a t-shirt, and I will have jeans and boots on. So that's 65 degrees to 89 degrees, okay, on any given day. And, okay, so this is where it gets tricky, right? 90 degrees plus, I will have shorts. And I don't like wearing shorts that much in public. I really like jeans and boots. It's a classic look. It makes you look classy. It makes you look elite, if you will. But, man, it gets a little bit too hot in that. Your legs are going to be all sticky. And then you start dirtying up your jeans because they're getting all sweaty, and you're gonna have to wash them more often, and that it's a snowball effect at that point. So it really is better to wear shorts in 90+ degree weather. And that's what I've been on. I kind of that's the science of it. And that's the science of it, and that's what it is, and that's a fact. I've been working on trying to be more creative lately. I've been having to do this academic writing. I just took a test the other day. I'm about to have to write a paper for a class. And so that's been kind of prohibiting me from being creative. However, this podcast, I think you have to be somewhat creative when doing stuff like this, right? Listening to this music and reviewing it, and then just kind of exploring what's been going on in life. You got to be creative a little bit, but man, I'm really trying to get on the writing grind, man. It's been a struggle, It's been a struggle lately with work and school, especially with school. when you sit down and do a ton of reading and writing for class, it's hard to, do it recreationally or for, your own purpose. It's hard to read and write, when it's forced on you so much. And that's what sucks. But I think I'm going to get there. I just need to be disciplined, man. That's a big thing. I think, the creativity comes with discipline. I really do think that. And I think that, if I can force myself to sit down and write for an hour at night or, in the morning or something, I think that'll really benefit me, man. And I think it'll be good. So yeah, I just need to work on that. And I think I'm going to do it tonight. Fuck. I don't know. I need to start doing it every day, though. That's for sure. Because I have all these ideas, and if you don't write them down, you lose them. So that's what I've been working on. I'm gonna find a solution to that, man. I'll find a solution and I'll keep you updated. But I do have this for you. And let me adjust this cord real quick. Fuck. I know that's really annoying. I apologize. I do have this for you, man. I don't like running. In fact, I would say I hate running. But on that note, hitherto and according with, I do respect running. I respect it as a exercise, but also as a sort of art, if you will, right? The other day, me and my buddy Chud went on a run, and I really learned secondhand that you have to respect running, right? So we would drive up to where we're going to run, and he is, he's like, okay, how long is this running going to be? I'm like, 5 miles, so it's going to be really easy. And he's like, all right, bet. So we start running, and I always like to start, at a jog, and then by, I'd say by a quarter mile, we're up to, half marathon speed. So, we're starting out, and this whole, I'd say half to maybe 1 mile, Chud is over here talking. And I tell him, I'm like, look, if you talk, you're going to get worn out. But he wasn't respecting the run. And he's like, man, you're not even windy. Hitting it like that. And I said, look, you just breathe. Try to take really hard breaths right now. And just kind of try to get your breath in motion so that you're not gasping, when it comes to mile 3 or 4. And so you can finish strong. And so, I can tell he's kind of struggling. He's not really heeding my advice. We're not even going that fast. I think our first mile was probably like a 8-minute, 15-second mile. So it wasn't anything crazy. We're not going that fast. And like right when we hit mile 1, he stops. And so I'm like, oh, fuck. So, I'm looking at him. He has his hands on his knees, breathing like, I don't know what he's breathing like, something wild and something broken. So, he's breathing, and I'm like, what's up? Can you keep going on? At this point, I, pause my pedometer or whatever, and I'm like, look, can you go on? And suddenly, without even talking back to me, he just vomits. He vomits on this trail that we're running on. And he vomits right by this homeless dude sleeping on a bench. I bet the homeless dude's pissed, because he's over there, throwing up. And he just kind of waves me away, basically telling me keep going, And then so I'm like, okay, well, I start my pedometer up, and I keep going, I keep running. So I get to 2.5 miles, and I turn around. And on my way back, I see, there's a coffee shop right by this trail. It's a pretty popular coffee shop on campus. and I see a stinking pile of vomit right next to the coffee shop. So I know he's been near. And from what I could tell, it was fresh. So, with that being said, I knew I wasn't that far from him. And so I kept running. And we ran past these, young high school ladies running for probably cross country or track. And so I caught up to him, and I kind of talked to him, and he said he threw up by the coffee shop, and he said that he wasn't feeling too good. You gotta respect the run, man. You gotta respect the run, okay? You don't want that to happen, man. You gotta respect the run. You gotta be careful, okay? You gotta be careful, because that'll come bite you. It'll come bite you in the ass if you don't respect the run. You're gonna throw up by the homeless. You're gonna get on campus, and all these young men and women of collegiate academics are gonna be looking at you while you throw up. You're gonna embarrass yourself. So you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it. You don't gotta like it, but you gotta respect it. I remember when my dad used to get really mad at me when I was a kid. He would say, "Charles, I love you, but damn it, I don't like you." I remember when he used to say that. So it is what it is, man. Respect the run. Dip. Spitting tobacco, chewing tobacco, snuff, dip. Man, I've been dipping lately, and damn, it's good. It's real good. I ran out of dip though, and I'm not really craving any right now. I think I'll probably end up craving some later, but as of now, I'm good. I had a long weekend of dipping. I was in a car a lot. I was in a car, and when you're on the road, when you're on the open road, you get the windshield time. You're gonna be pack, open, dip, spit, chew, spit, and you're gonna be doing a lot of that, So I think I might just dip myself out a little bit, but it was delicious, man. I had some Stoker Straight, and I was really craving it, man. Actually, this is disgusting, but actually, it sounds disgusting. It sounds a lot more disgusting than it actually is. So I was cleaning the other day, right? I was cleaning at this. They do something with metal. I think they make like dumpsters or something like that. But I was cleaning at this place, and in this little office, I saw a can of dip in the trash can. Now I know what you're thinking, Wyatt. No, brother, don't do that. But here's what happened. So I saw it in the trash can, and naturally I'm curious. So I open it up, and it's a full can. Well, damn near full. I'd say about 7/8, maybe 13/16 full. So pretty full. And I I'm like, what's wrong with this? So I look into it, and it's real powdery. And I look at the date on the back, and it said April something. And so, this is what, April, May, June, July, August. So this is damn near 5 months expired. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. So I pocketed it, and I watered it down a little bit, which is never, it's never as good as it sounds to do that. It's never that great, but it is what I did. So I did get, a 13/16 full can of dip out of that. So, it is what it is. And I felt like that was a blessing from the tobacco gods. And I appreciate them for that. But yeah, man, I've been on the dip grind. And I'm just going to see where that takes me. I'm going to see where this dipping journey takes me. like I said, right now I'm not really fiending too hard. I'm just chilling with it. So we'll see what happens, man. I do have a couple stories. I had a very frustrating bank experience the other day. I went through the drive-thru, right, because I was in a hurry. I was doing something. I think I was doing something for my mom or something like that. I don't really remember, but I was in, a hurry, and so I go through the drive-thru, and oh shit, pissed me off, boy. I was in this drive-thru, and all I had $30 cash. That's what I had. And so I put it in the little tube, right? And I send it to the guy at the counter. And he's like, hey, what can I do for you? And I'm like, all right, this is all I need. All I need is $20 in ones and a roll of quarters, which is $10. So all he had to do was put the $30 into the fucking drawer, get me $20 in ones, and a roll of quarters. What does he ask? Do you have an account with us? Do you have an account with us? What the fuck do you mean, motherfucker? What are you talking about? Why does it matter? And I said, does it matter? And he said, do you have an account with us? And he was getting a little uppity. Little bitch. And I said, yeah. So he sent the tube back. I put my my debit card and my ID in there, and I sent it back. And he says, okay, give me just a second. At this point, I'm kind of fucking fuming. All you had to do was give me the cash. I already gave you the money. So you just give me $20 in ones and a roll of quarters. So fucking finally, after, 3 or 4 minutes, he was probably having trouble counting that high to 20. He gives me back my money and the quarters, and he said, anything else? I'm like, yeah, did everything check out? And he kind of laughed. And he said, have a good one. I didn't say shit back. Man, listen. My girlfriend worked at a bank for a little bit. Actually, the same bank that I was at, that I currently bank with. Listen, stop making people's life hard, man. You are dealing with their most important asset, man. This is more important than their kids, more important than their pets. This is their money. This is all they care about in life. Most people, all they care about is money. So don't be a dickhead. Don't ask what my account information is when I just want some change, brother. And if you're listening to this, brother, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, go off on you like this, but shit, that was fucking annoying. You know what I wanted to do? I really wanted to take that tube and throw it in the damn street and make you go get it and you get hit by a car. That's what I really wanted to do, but I didn't do that. I just left the tube there and I left the canister there in the little vacuum thingy. Shit. But yeah, man, that was my bake experience. And, it pissed me off pretty good. Drink a little bit of that water. I know that's annoying, but I have a dry throat. That is what it is. Okay, I have one last story. Now, this shit is wild, and it's going to sound like it's made up, but motherfucker, it's not. It is not made up. So I was sitting in class the other day, and this is one of those classes that the teacher and, first of all, it's a humanities class, which is inherently very liberal. And you guys know my political views. I'm not right, I'm not left, and I don't really give a shit. So I'm in this class, right? And it's like a multicultural class. So with that being said, a lot of, quote unquote woke motherfuckers are in there. And 2 students in particular there are transvesto or transgendo or whatever you want to call them. And that's fucking fine. I don't care. Okay, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to talk to me about it because I don't care. You're going to bore me if you talk about that. And what do? Every fucking class, they talk about it. Whatever. This white kid in the front, pretty sure he's gay. He talks about it all the time. These, Hispanic girls, they always talk about being Hispanic. I don't care. Talk about something else, okay? Anyway, so this one little transvesto, and I know I'm not being quote unquote PC, but I want y'all to know that I mean no ill intention by this. I mean no ill intent by not getting any of these names right. I'm just not I'm not familiar with the pronouns. So anyway, this little transvesto motherfucker. Here's the problem, okay? I don't give a shit if you're transvesto. Whatever. Fine. Okay? I don't care. The problem is you come to class in athletic shorts, okay? The problem is you talk all the fucking time and your voice is annoying, okay? But that's not even the problem right now, okay? So I'm sitting in this class, right? And that previously mentioned white guy, pretty sure he's gay, right? He goes, yeah, I don't remember what the subject that we were talking about was, and it really doesn't fucking matter, because what this white guy said was so fucking off topic. It didn't matter what we were talking about. But he said, but he raised his hand and he said, yeah, speaking of the black experience, I think this is because we're reading a novel about a black detective. Speaking of the black experience, I played Dungeons and Dragons, and he said, I was watching a live stream of a D&D server ran by a African American man, and I could tell that all his storylines were about race and the black experience, blah blah blah. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about Dungeons and Dragons right now? And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's because of that Stranger Things shit. I think they have something to do with Dungeons and Dragons and all those cell phones and whatnot. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. But I think that's why. I think that's why these people think they can just get out here and talk about Dungeons and Dragons freely. Motherfucker, you can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, we still have standards here. You cannot get up in public and talk about Dungeons and Dragons. You know you're not supposed to do that, so stop doing that. This isn't a safe place. I don't care how quote-unquote woke you are, motherfucker. Don't do that shit, I don't get up and talk about the rodeo in front of everybody. I know I can't do that, okay? I know some people think it's weird. It's fine. Dungeons and Dragons is fucking weird. You can't talk about it, okay? Anyway, this motherfucker says, blah, 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 Dungeons and Dragons. He was watching a black guy play it, and his whole Dungeons and Dragons story was about being black. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but okay, fine. He finally stopped talking. Great. All the fucking sudden, of course I sit in the back. The back is the safest place for me to sit, man, because I think the teacher's a very woke Hispanic lady, but I think she kind of gets that, look, I'm there. I'm not going to participate, but I'm not going to be disrespectful either. But, so, she doesn't pick on me. She doesn't do anything like that. It's pretty understood. Look, I'll write down whatever notes you put up. I'll do homework. Just leave me alone. And, she respects that, so I respect her. So I'm sitting in the back, right? And this white guy's talking about, he's talking about motherfucking Dungeons and Dragons. And, he finally stopped talking, and, I let out a sigh of relief. Because that shit was over. And all of a sudden, from the back, I see this little mousy hand go up. Ah, fuck. And, the teacher calls on this little transvesto girl that wears that wears the gym shorts or whatever. And this transvesto goes, yeah, I play Dungeons and Dragons too. And the transvesto and the white kid just kind of look at each other like, wow, we're both fucking losers. And And the transvestite goes, yeah, my whole server is about, being a transvestite. I think she said like transgender or some shit. She said, my whole server is about being a transgender and, the struggles that my characters have to go through with being accepted and, defying gender norms because the AI is gender fluid. And oh boy, I had to practice such self-discipline, motherfucker. I felt like David Goggins, the self-discipline I was practicing. I was about to laugh so hard. I almost walked out, honestly. I was getting my backpack, but we only had like 10 minutes left of class. This transvestite was talking about Dungeons and Dragons, bro. Talking about being a transvestite in Dungeons and Dragons. And this is a class about detective fiction. We're supposed to be talking about motherfucking Sherlock Holmes and shit. But this transvestite was talking about Dungeons and Dragons? Man. Look, I do not care that she is transgender. I do not care. I don't care. Okay? I care that it talks so slow. And it's talking about Dungeons and Dragons in this motherfucker. Okay? Come on, man. We have standards. But after that class, I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about the events that transpired. And all I could think about was a D&D tranny. A D&D tranny. Ain't that funny? A D&D tranny. Who ever thought that there was such thing as a D&D tranny, a Dungeons and Dragons transvestite? No, I didn't. It's a wild world that we live in, man. It's the wild, wild west out here. Okay? And these guns aren't filled with hollow tips, boy. They fill with woke bullets. And if you ain't woke, they coming after you, motherfucker. They coming after you. So you better watch out. Better watch out for the D&D trannies out here, bro. You better watch out, boy. Okay, let's get into some motherfucking music.
For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming. For the gang, we just gon' sweep up the streets, my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming.
Okay, music. There's a lot of good shit that came out, man. Sorry, God, fucking chair. Okay, let me adjust. Okay, music. A lot of good stuff came out, man. A lot of good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. First, Cashmere Cat, Princess Cat Girl. That's what it's called. So this is not really my kind of music. That electronic. I don't know if this is considered EDM, but it's definitely like a like electronic kind of music. And like, I don't really listen to this kind of stuff. I know Cashmere Cat through Tory Lanez, and I'm not even sure if Cashmere Cat's a boy or a girl, but I know that whoever it is, they've had Tory on some of their tracks, and everything that Cashmere Cat makes, you can guarantee the production and editing and mixing is going to be super good, and I do appreciate the quality of the music. But at the same time, this just isn't the kind of music I listen to. But I still really liked it, man. And being that it's not the kind of music I listen to, I appreciate the short length of the project. The album art was kind of cool. I think I watched a couple of music videos, and they were interesting. These electronic music videos always have like some interesting visuals. They had Cashmere Cat put XXXTentacion sample and a Tory Lanez sample. Both of those songs were awesome, super duper awesome actually, and I just really fucked with that. Being that it's not the kind of music I listen to, I couldn't give this like a super high rating, but I still really appreciate it, and I still really appreciate the samples and the quality. And I just thought it was a pretty good project all around. So I give it a 7 out of 10. That's Cashmere Cat Princess Cat Girl.
For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick, get the drumming. For the gang, we just gon' sweep up the streets, my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick, get the drumming.
Okay. Boosie and Zaytoven. Badass Zay. Now, holy shit, boy. I've been waiting on this for a while. I love Boosie, bro, and I think that bias kind of gives me a little bit of a I don't know how accurate I graded this, because I just love Boosie, man. I just love him. My little brother loves Boosie. I put my little brother on to Boosie. And so I was just looking forward to this one. And, you know, one thing about Zaytoven, man, I really respect Zaytoven and, you know, the kind of person that he is, or at least, you know, that he puts on to be. And, you know, I respect his musicianship. He's really good on the keys. But the thing about Zaytoven is a lot of his production ends up being boring the more you listen to it. Which, you know, it is what it is. With that being said, a artist like Zaytoven, or a producer like Zaytoven rather, needs an artist to bring out the production. Okay, Zaytoven is not the kind of producer like, let's say, a Kill Station, or sometimes Metro, or sometimes Murda, DP maybe. These are the kind of artists that are going to have the super, you know, the super good production, or even like Kanye or Travis's kind of production that you can just listen to the beat and it's going to make the song good. Zaytoven has a beat that an artist has to pull and make good. So that's why, for example, Gucci Mane and Zaytoven go so good together, because Gucci is so dynamic. And, you know, whatever beat Gucci hops on, he's going to spit fire. And he's going to make it a good song. So that's why Boosie was perfect for this. This was a really long time coming. And like I said, I love Boosie, man. The intro track was super duper hard. And his lyrics are just funny, man. Boosie is so funny, and I love how he just gets on a track and just spits it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it doesn't, you know, it might not be the most, what do they call it, conscious, but he'll get on there and make you laugh. He'll spit that real shit, bro. He'll definitely spit that real shit. I will say, this project was not as good as Boopak. Boopak is probably my favorite Boosie project. But I do think it was his best project since Boopak. And I just thought it was really good, man. Boosie definitely brought out that Zaytoven production. And, you know, it was funny. It was a pretty lighthearted tape altogether. But, you know, there are also those tracks that hit, also those tracks about the struggle, all that Boosie is so good at portraying. And I give this one an 8 out of 10, man. That's Boosie and Zaytoven. Badass Zay.
For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick, get the drumming. For the gang, we just gon' sweep up the streets, my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies gon' hop out them, just get the kick, get the drumming.
Okay. We got I Love McConan. Drink More Water Free. I Love McConan is dope, man. I've always thought I Love McConan's a dope artist. I Love McConan hasn't made, you know, I don't know about that. I haven't really been following I Love McConan's, you know, career really hard since, I don't know, whenever, I guess I Love McConan, I mean, truthfully, right, he kind of fell off after he came out. And not necessarily even fell off, just really stopped making as much music as he was before. So So I haven't really been following and keeping up that close. I remember he did the No Jumper interview, which was it was an interesting interview. It felt like, I think, when was that? That was like after X's death, and it was pretty close to, was it after? Yeah, it was. And it was still, I think, like within a year of Peep's death, and I think I Love McCona were pretty close, or I Love McCona was pretty close with Peep. So you could tell he was still getting over that, and so I haven't really been following that hard. But I listened to Drink More Water Free, man, and first of all, the length was really nice. I think it had 20 plus tracks on it, which was nice. And I think the free part was because he freestyled a lot on this tape, and that was dope. I Love McConaughey's freestyles have always been good. They've always been dope. And it's fun, man. It's fun when he can just get on there and spit that shit. And sometimes it doesn't make any sense, and sometimes hard, and sometimes he messes up. But, like, it's a freestyle, bro. And it's nice that it's actually a freestyle. It's also nice because McConan is talented. He's just a talented vocalist and a talented individual. And so he doesn't have to have the auto-tune to actually make him sound good. If he's auto-tuned, it's going to sound wild. But just in general, he sounds dope as hell. So I Love McConan's talented. And that's really nice to have a talented artist who can just sing on a track and freestyle and still make it sound dope. And the production was good too. Yeah, man. It was a dope project all around, so I give it an 8 out of 10. That's I Love McConan, Drink More Water Free.
For the gang, babies go hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming. For the gang, we just go sweep up the streets, my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies go hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming.
Okay. What do we got? Next on the list, K Supreme and Chase the Money with Caught Fire. If you've ever listened to K Supreme, you know what kind of artist he is, right? He's this Chief Keef inspired artist. He's a kind of Lil Yachty inspired artist. He is, it is what it is, man, with K Supreme. I'm never going to listen to a K Supreme tape and, wait for a hit or anything like that, because a lot of K Supreme stuff is consistent. It sounds the same. I know the lyrics are going to be, not conscious and not like super, they're not going to be super powerful or anything like that, but it's good little music to turn up to. It's good little music, when you're with the homies and you don't have to think about a lot of shit. Like I said, it's Chief Keef inspired, and it was nice to see a Chief Keef feature with a Chief Keef inspired artist. He's paying homage. Yachty was on there a little bit too. So that was nice, man. That was nice to see that. But again, this kind of music isn't really gonna make any kind of wave. It fills that niche. It fills that space for this kind of artist. And K Supreme will always be this kind of artist. It's not good or bad. It is what it is. At times, if I'm just being honest, the vocals were a little bit, bland, and the lyrics maybe a little bit, and that's okay, man. The production was good. I'm glad. Anytime you see a producer's name on a project, it's usually going to have some decent production. So I was happy to see Chase the Money's production, and Chase the Money's always been a pretty good producer. So the production was good. The mixing was decent. And it is what it is. So I just give it a 6 out of 10, man. And that is K Supreme, Chase the Money, Caught Fire.
For the gang, babies go hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming. For the gang, we just go sweep up the streets, my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies go hop out them, just get the kick at the drumming.
Okay, last review of the day. Boy. We got Mozzie and Gunplay, Chopsticks and Banana Clips. This one was an interesting one, right? I listened to a lot of kind of collab albums and mixtapes. And this one was one where I didn't really know what to expect. I've listened to Mozzie and Gunplay before. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of either of the artists. But what I was expecting was bars on bars, because I know Gunplay and I know Mozzie can bring that heat. And I did receive bars, but only for like half the tape. Right. And I've never really been a fan of I've never been a fan of the genre that Mozzie and Gunplay put out. Specifically Mozzie. I've just never really been a fan of West Coast hip hop. Just like as a genre. And obviously I'm not hating and I'm not throwing shade to either of them. That's just really not my thing. And so I think I'm kind of biased towards maybe not giving them the best review. I bet though, I bet like DJ Ghost, and shout out DJ Ghost, I bet if he was to listen to this project, he would like it a lot. And I haven't checked out his shit recently, but I bet he has reviewed some of this, some of Mozzie and Gunplay's tracks, and I bet he does like it, man. So with that being said, I think it's just the fact that I'm more of a Southern rap fan, more of a East Coast rap fan. So I've never really been able to get into the Mozzie kind of wave. But with that being said, man, like the bars just weren't there for me. Like it really wasn't there. And then, it is what it is, man. Like I felt like half of it was good and half of it wasn't good, just straight up. And then this is a PSA, not even specifically to Mozzie or Gunplay, just all quote unquote gangster rappers, right? If you're over here making R&B tracks, be able to sing, right? Like Boosie, for example. Like Boosie came out singing. Okay, we can't say that Boosie didn't sing. On Boosie's very first project, he was singing. So that's fine. But if you're Mozzie and Gunplay, y'all didn't come out singing, man. So stop auto-tuning and trying to come out and sing and make R&B records. You're not an R&B artist, okay? Get a good feature artist. You can get a very good feature artist who's an R&B artist, and they'll sing and you rap. That's how it's supposed to be done. Like Jeezy. They sing, he raps, right? You can't do it all, man. You can't do it all. So, either bring on the feature or don't do the R&B track, okay? Either bring on the feature or don't do the love song, okay? Bring more heat, bring more bars. This could have been a dope project, but the bars just weren't there, man, in my opinion. So that's why I gave Mozzie and Gunplay, Chopsticks and Banana Clips a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Okay. I'm looking. Do I got anything else today? I think that's it, man. I'm actually gonna take a little break. I'm here watching these little dogs, these little these little bark humans. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm going to record episode 4. But thank y'all for joining me, man. Like I said, this track, this cleanup track was MaxthaDemon, For the Gang, and that's gonna play you out. But thank y'all for joining me, man. I am Wyatt Perp. I'll see you in the next one. Y'all stay frosty. Peace.
For the gang, babies go hop out them, just get the kick, get the drumming. For the gang, we just go sweep up the streets, my janitor's coming. For the gang, babies go hop out them, just get the kick, get the drumming.